Hey kids, welcome to Lesson 10, Building an App, Color Sleuth. Number 4, Intro, how to make a random color. Alexis, hey, we can use the same technique to make a random color. Michael, I was thinking the same thing. We can use RGB command with 3 random numbers. Alexis, right. So rather than hard-coding the string like our variable color and then the RGBs, we can make 3 random numbers between 0 and 255. Put each in a variable and then use them to make the color. Michael, yep, I think the code should look something like this. And we have variable R, variable G, variable B, and that makes up the variable color, which is RGB right down there. Alexis, genius! But wait a second. Now I'm worried about making our slightly different color. For testing with the orange, we just added 20 to each of the RGB values. Michael, we can do that too. If we make diff color after color, we can just add 20 to each variable before making a new string. Alexis, right. The code should look something like this. R is going to be R plus 20. G will now be G plus 20. And B will be B plus 20. So they're adding to each one. This looks like a variable substitution to me. Michael, good, but I think there's still a problem. What about the numbers that are close to 255? For example, there's a chance that 3 random numbers will come out to be something like 250, 250, 250. If we add 20 to each of those values, it'll be over 255. I don't know what happens if you try to specify a color with a value of 255, but I'm sure it's not good. Alexis, well, I know that's not a problem. If you specify a color something like 270, 290, 300, the actual color will end up coming out 250, 250, 250 anyway. It doesn't break the system. I tried it a while back when we were doing the turtle programming. Michael, okay, that's good news, but I just thought of another problem. Even if the larger values of RGB don't break the system, our problem is that the color won't look very different. The difference between 250, 250, 250 and 255, 255, and 255 is practically nothing. It'll look basically the same and the person won't be able to play. Alexis, right. Well, here's an idea. What if we don't generate random numbers between 0 and 255? What if we just generate random numbers between 0 and 235? Then no matter what, if we add 20, it can't possibly go over 255. Michael, brilliant! Okay, so back when we generate the random color in the first place, we should do, and then we have a variable RGB and random number 0 to 235 on each. Alexis, right. And then you can start using the same thing we came up with right before, adding 20 to each of the RGB values to make diff color. Michael, nice. Okay, let's try it. Ooh, this sounds interesting. I'm ready to dive in. Let's see what we have in store.